How fast is your body actually aging? 5 tests you can do right now. You have a birthday, but your body has a different number. And right now, most people have absolutely no idea what that number is. Your calendar age is just a number someone assigned you the day you were born. Your biological age is what your cells, your hormones, and your organs actually say about how much time has passed. And here is the part nobody tells you. Those two numbers are not always the same. Research published in the journal Nature Aging found that some people in their 50s have bodies that function like a healthy 35-year-old. And some people in their 40s have bodies that function like someone who is 65. Same calendar age, completely different biological reality. The difference is not luck. It is not genetics. It is a handful of measurable markers. And today you are going to test 5 of them, right now, while you are watching this. No equipment, no lab, no doctor's appointment. Just 5 tests that the world's leading longevity researchers use to predict how fast your body is aging and what it means for the next 20 years of your life. Here is why this matters more than most people realize. By the time a doctor tells you something is wrong, a blood pressure reading, a glucose number, a cholesterol flag, the biological aging process that caused it has usually been running for 5 to 10 years. The damage is already done. The treatment starts late, but biological age markers show up in your body long before any lab result catches them. They show up in how you move, how you balance, how fast your heart recovers, how strong your grip is, how quickly you can get off the floor. These are not fitness tests. They are longevity signals, and they are happening in your body right now whether you are paying attention or not. The 5 tests you are about to do are drawn from peer-reviewed research. Each one has been linked, in published studies, to life expectancy, independence after 60, and the risk of the chronic diseases that shorten most people's lives. Take them seriously. Test number 1, the sit and rise test. This test was developed by Brazilian physician Dr. Claudio Gil Araujo and published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology. Here's how you do it. Without using your hands, knees, or forearms for support, lower yourself to the floor and sit cross-legged. Then stand back up. That is it. Score yourself out of 10. You start with 10 points. You lose 1 point every time you use a hand, knee, or forearm for support. You lose half a point every time you lose your balance noticeably. Why it matters. Dr. Araujo's study followed over 2,000 adults for more than 6 years. People who scored 3 or lower were 5 times more likely to die during that period than those who scored 8 or higher. The test measures flexibility, balance, motor coordination, and muscle-to-body weight ratio simultaneously. It is one of the most information-dense 30-second tests in longevity research. If you scored 8 or above, your movement age is strong. If you scored below 5, this is a number worth taking seriously and working on. Stand near a wall for safety. Lift 1 foot off the floor and hold it. Time yourself. People in their 40s should be able to hold this for 30 seconds or more. People in their 50s, around 20 seconds. People in their 60s, 10 seconds or more. Here's what makes this more than a balance test. A 2023 study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine followed over 1,700 middle-aged adults for 12 years. Those who could not hold a 10-second one-leg balance had an 84% higher risk of dying from any cause during the study period, independent of age, weight, and cardiovascular health. Balance is a direct window into your central nervous system. It reflects how well your brain and body are still communicating. When that communication degrades, even slightly, the aging process is accelerating at the neurological level. Test 3, the grip strength test. You do not need a dynamometer for this. Squeeze your dominant hand as hard as you can around a thick rolled towel for 5 seconds. Pay attention to how it feels, whether one hand feels noticeably weaker than the other, and whether sustaining that grip for 5 full seconds requires real effort. Research published in The Lancet across 17 countries and over 140,000 adults found that grip strength predicted death from cardiovascular disease, respiratory disease, and cancer better than blood pressure measurement. Grip strength is a proxy for total muscle mass and neurological efficiency. Low grip strength at 40 is one of the clearest early signals that sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle tissue, is already underway. And sarcopenia is not just about strength. It is the single biggest risk factor for falls, metabolic dysfunction, and loss of independence after 60. Test 4. Your resting heart rate. Sit still for 5 minutes. Do not check your phone. Then find your pulse on your wrist or the side of your neck and count the beats for 60 seconds. The research target is 60 beats per minute or below. Between 60 and 70 is still healthy. Above 80 at rest is a signal worth addressing. A lower resting heart rate means your heart is pumping more blood per beat, which means it is working more efficiently. It means your cardiovascular system has reserve capacity. A heart that beats fewer times per minute to do the same job is a younger heart by every biological measure. A study in the journal Heart found that a resting heart rate above 80 was associated with a 45% increased risk of death compared to those below 60. The good news is, resting heart rate responds faster to lifestyle changes than almost any other biological aging marker. It is not fixed. Test 5. The walking speed test. Measure out about 10 meters, roughly 30 feet. Walk it at your normal, natural pace. Time it. 10 meters in 10 seconds or faster is the research benchmark for healthy biological aging. Under 8 seconds is excellent. Over 13 seconds is a flag. A meta-analysis of over 34,000 adults published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that walking speed was one of the most reliable predictors of survival in adults over 65. It reflects heart function, lung capacity, muscle strength, balance, and neurological coordination, all at once. Your walking speed is not just how fast you move, it is a biological report card that your entire system is submitting in real time. Practical steps. Now that you have your 5 scores, here is what to do with them. If you scored well across the board, do not stop there. Biological age is not locked in. It requires maintenance. The people who age slowly are not lucky. They are consistent. They move daily. They protect their sleep. They manage their hormones. They eat to support their metabolism, not just to satisfy hunger. If one or more tests flagged a number below the benchmark, do not panic. The research is clear on one thing above everything else. Biological aging is reversible, not partially, substantially. Studies show that adults who address the underlying drivers of accelerated aging, poor sleep, metabolic dysfunction, sedentary behavior, and chronic stress, can reduce their biological age by 5 to 12 years within 12 months. The most important first step is the one most people skip. Not more cardio, not a stricter diet. It is identifying which of the 5 systems the test just flagged, movement, balance, muscle, cardiovascular efficiency, or neurological coordination, and addressing that system specifically. A blanket approach to health does not move biological age numbers. A targeted one does. Remember, it is about a hormone that most people have never heard of in this context, and what happens in the first 30 minutes after you wake up that either accelerates or reverses your biological clock that day. If these 5 numbers surprised you, whether they were better or worse than you expected, drop your results in the comments. The community here is building something different. Not 6-week transformations, not crash diets, a real understanding of how the body actually works at 40, 50, and beyond. This is the Diet and Exercise Lab. Subscribe now and visit the Diet and Exercise website in the comments below. We did the research for you and sorted out products that are third-party verified and proven to get results. Make sure to follow us on X and Instagram for regular health updates and advice. We'll see you on the next one.